My name is Harper. The night my entire family chose my cousin over me, I didn't scream. I didn't cry. I simply stopped. And in that silence, I began to build a prison for them all, brick by invisible brick. My revenge wasn't loud. It was silent. My name is Harper. And this is the story of how I went silent. You're just so easygoing, Harper, my mom said, patting my hand. Such a help. We were setting the table for my 18th birthday dinner. Is Chloe coming? I asked. Of course she is, honey. It's a family dinner. Aunt Linda's voice arrived first, a sharp laugh from the hallway. Wait till you see her. She's just glowing. Then they swept in. Aunt Linda, all perfume and pointed looks. And Chloe. Happy birthday, cause. Chloe said, air-kissing my cheek. She was holding a small, unwrapped bottle of lotion. For you. It's from that fancy hotel I stayed at with Tyler. Thanks, I said. Tyler might stop by later, Aunt Linda announced to the room. He just adores her. Can't stay away. My dad smiled. Young love. We sat down. The talk was all Chloe. Her job, her hair, Tyler. So, Harper, my dad said, finally. 18. Big year. Any thoughts? I took a breath. I've been looking at. Oh, that reminds me. Chloe interrupted, her eyes wide. You'll never guess what Tyler did. My sentence died. My mom shot me an apologetic look, then turned to Chloe, enthralled. During dessert, my mom brought out my cake. It was store-bought, vanilla. Chloe made a face. Vanilla? So plain. You should have gotten the chocolate torte from that place I told you about, Aunt Sarah. Next time, my mom said, embarrassed. It was as they were serving the slices that Chloe clinked her fork against her glass. Everyone, I have an announcement. The room hushed. She beamed. Tyler proposed last night. We're getting married. Silence shattered into chaos. Oh my God, Aunt Linda shrieked, leaping up. Congratulations, my dad boomed. My mom rushed over, clasping Chloe's hands. A bride. Let me see the ring. It was a whirl of hugs and cheers. My cake was forgotten on the table. I sat there, a statue in my own chair. After 10 minutes, Aunt Linda finally looked at me. Harper, sweetie, aren't you happy for your cousin? They all turned. My face felt stiff. Yes. Congratulations, Chloe. I knew you would be, Aunt Linda gushed. And you know, this is just perfect timing. It's like a sign. My mom nodded, her eyes gleaming with a sudden idea. It is. Harper's birthday, Chloe's engagement, it's all connected. What do you mean? I asked, my voice small. My mom came over, her hand on my shoulder. Well, honey, you have that beautiful necklace. The one Grandma gave you. The sapphire one. A cold trickle started in my stomach. It would be the perfect something borrowed for Chloe, for the wedding. Don't you think? A family treasure on a family day. I felt the air leave my lungs. That necklace was the one thing I had that felt like mine. My only heirloom. I was going to wear it for graduation, I whispered. Chloe's smile didn't falter. Oh, it would look stunning with my dress. Just stunning. It's so generous of you, Harper. They were all looking at me. My dad, my mom, my aunt. Their faces were expectant. Happy. This was my role. The giver. The easy one. My mom's grip tightened slightly on my shoulder. It would mean so much. For family harmony. The words were a soft, familiar pressure. Shrink. Give in. Keep the peace. I felt something inside me crack open, a fissure so deep and silent I thought only I could hear it. I looked at Chloe's waiting, perfect face. I looked at my mother's pleading eyes. I pulled the smile onto my face. It felt like plaster. Of course, I said, my voice strangely calm. For family. I went upstairs. I took the necklace from its box. The blue stone was cool in my palm. I walked back down and placed it in Chloe's outstretched hand. Thank you so much, she said, already holding it to her throat. See, Mom. I told you she wouldn't mind. That night, I lay in the dark. The hollow feeling in my chest was a physical thing, a cavern where my heart used to be. I didn't cry. I just stared at the ceiling. The pain was so big, so absolute, it suddenly became quiet. A still, cold lake. And in that perfect stillness, a new thought surfaced, clear and hard as diamond. I am done. If I am invisible to them, then they won't see me watching. If they don't see me watching, they won't see me learning. This dinner wasn't my end. I became a ghost. I spoke when spoken to, smiled on command, and vanished. I spent my time listening. Like when Chloe was on the patio with her friend Madison. I was just inside, unseen. It's just getting so expensive, Chloe whined, her voice carrying. Tell me about it, Madison said. Mom's Amex is basically maxed. I needed the new dress for the engagement party, and those shoes, and Tyler wanted to go to that stupid steakhouse. Do you know what that cost? Can't your dad just pay it off? He's being so weird about money lately. They had a huge fight last night. It was so annoying. I opened a note on my phone. May 12th, Chloe maxed Aunt Linda's Amex. Uncle Ben fighting about money. A week later, I heard the fight myself. I was passing their home office. The door was ajar. $20,000, Linda. Uncle Ben's voice was a low roar. On what? Shoes. Handbags. It's for the wedding, Ben. It's an investment. The wedding is a year away. This is theft. She's our daughter. Harper would never cost us this much. My body went cold. I kept walking, my feet silent on the carpet. May 19th, I typed. Uncle Ben. $20,000 debt. Compared me to Chloe. The digital diary grew. A note about Aunt Linda lying to my mom about a spa trip. A voice memo of Chloe screaming at a florist over the phone. Each entry was a stone, collected in my pocket. My secret life grew, too. I got a job at a bookstore across town. Every paycheck was cash, hidden in a textbook. I applied to universities in Oregon, Colorado, Maine. Anywhere far. The biggest stone came at the 4th of July barbecue. I was by the pool, away from the noise. Tyler found me. He smelled like beer. Hiding from the circus, he slurred. Just getting some air, I said, stepping back. He stepped closer. You're the only sane one here, Harper. You know that? I doubt that. It's true. His hand landed on my arm, his grip too tight. Chloe's a nightmare. This whole family, it's a fake, shiny lie. All for show. I pulled my arm free, my skin crawling. You're engaged to her. A man can make mistakes, he said, with a laugh that made me nauseous. You're different. You're quiet. You see things. I see you're drunk, I said, my voice flat. I walked away, my heart hammering. Not from fear, but from understanding. I didn't go inside. I watched. An hour later, I saw him again. My younger sister, Hannah, was 15, sitting alone on the porch swing. Tyler sat beside her, leaning in. You're getting so grown up, Hannah, I heard him say, his voice a low purr. You're the prettiest one here, you know that? Hannah hugged her knees, shrinking into herself. She looked trapped. I didn't move. I didn't run to protect her. Instead, I lifted my phone, pretending to look at it, and hit record. The video was shaky, but his posture, her discomfort, it was all there. A predator. Their golden prince was a predator. Later, I found Hannah washing dishes, her face pale. You okay? I asked quietly. She jumped. Yeah. Tyler's just, a lot. Did he do something? She shook her head quickly, a lie for survival already learned. No. He was just being nice. I nodded. If he ever isn't, you can tell me. Okay. She looked at me, really looked, maybe for the first time. Okay. I didn't tell my parents. They would have said I was causing trouble. Jealous of Chloe. Trying to ruin her happiness. So I saved the video. I labeled it. July 4th, Tyler and Hannah. Porch. That night, I counted my cash. I had $1,200 saved. An acceptance letter from the University of Washington sat in a locked email draft. My revenge wasn't a shout. It was a library being built in the dark. A ladder being woven, strand by strand, out of sight. They were so busy admiring their reflection, they never saw the cracks I was mapping in the glass. The wedding planning was a tornado of fabric swatches and tantrums. It sucked all the air out of the family. The crack finally came over peonies. "I'm just saying, Linda, the mixed bouquet is half the cost," my mom said, her voice strained at the kitchen table. "This isn't about cost, Sarah," Aunt Linda snapped. "This is about vision. Chloe wants peonies. She gets peonies. We're splitting this. I have bills. Harper's graduation. Oh, here we go. Always Harper. Can't Chloe have one thing be about her?" My mom stood up, her chair scraping. "One thing? Are you serious? It's always about Chloe. Every holiday, every dinner. I am so sick of shrinking my daughter to make yours shine." I was on the stairs, unseen. My phone was in my hand, recording. "Your daughter." Linda laughed, cruel and sharp. "Your daughter is a wallflower, Sarah. She's fine with it. Chloe is a star. Stars cost money. Maybe if you'd married better, you'd understand." The silence was electric. Then, my mother's voice, shaking with a rage I'd never heard. "You vicious, entitled witch. You've spent your life leeching off my brother, poisoning your own daughter, and looking down on us. Well, guess what? Your star is a spoiled brat who's bankrupting you, and your future son-in-law is a creep who leers at my Hannah." I stopped the recording. Perfect. That night, a soft knock came on my door. It was Hannah, her face streaked with tears. "He texted me," she whispered, shoving her phone at me. The message from Tyler was graphic. A demand. A threat wrapped in a joke. My blood went from cold to boiling. This was the line. "Sit down," I said. I locked my door. I opened my laptop and pulled up my files. The digital diary. The notes. The video from the porch. "What is all that?" Hannah asked, sniffling. "Proof," I said. I showed her the notes on the debt. I played the audio of her mom and Aunt Linda screaming. I played the porch video. Her eyes got wider and wider. "He's done this before," I said, my voice steady, solid. "He'll keep doing it. And they," I pointed to the laptop, "will always choose the pretty lie over protecting us. What do we do?" Her voice was small, but she wasn't crying anymore. She was angry. "We don't need them," I said, the words feeling like truth. "I have a plan." The day of Chloe's final dress fitting, the house was empty. Chaos awaited them. I sat at my desk. First, I forwarded the PDF of Aunt Linda's credit card statements, the ones I'd photographed months ago, from a blank email account to Uncle Ben's work address. Subject line: "Thought you should see this." Second, I sent the audio file of the screaming match to Chloe's phone. From another blank account. My note was simple: "Ask your mom who she really is. P.S. Tyler texts teenage girls." Then, I closed everything. I pulled out my own documents. The printed acceptance letter to the University of Washington. My secret bank book, showing $3,400 saved. The first scream came from downstairs. It was Aunt Linda. Then my mom's voice, shrill. My phone started buzzing on the desk. Family thread. "Linda, Sarah, did you send these to Ben?" "Mom, what are you talking about?" "Chloe, MOM, what is this audio file? Who is this? Why would someone send me this?" "Linda, audio?" The fallout was instant, and total. The wedding was cancelled. Uncle Ben moved out the next week. Tyler's messages to Hannah, which I'd compiled and given her the courage to share, got him banned from every family event. Permanently. Chloe, unraveled. Her funding was cut, her prince was a predator, and her parents' marriage was over. Her texts in the family group chat became desperate, then venomous. "Chloe, this is all Hannah's fault. She led him on." "Chloe, Mom, you have to make Dad see reason." "Chloe, Harper, you useless bitch, say something." I muted the thread. The silence was glorious. The house became a war zone of hushed phone calls and slamming doors. My parents argued constantly. You should have told me about Tyler, my dad yelled. You never listen, my mom cried back. After 2 weeks of this, they turned to me. The quiet one. The good one. My mom found me reading in the living room. Her eyes were red. Harper, honey. We need to talk. As a family. You're so level-headed. You can help fix this. My dad nodded from the doorway, his face tired. Yes. We need peace. You can talk to Hannah. You can reason with your uncle. I looked at them. The people who had asked for my necklace. The ones who needed me to shrink, until they needed me to clean up their mess. I'll think about it, I said, my voice soft. That was the last thing I ever said to them. That night, I finalized everything. My secret bank account was now just my bank account. My one-way ticket to Seattle was booked. Hannah was staying with a trusted friend until she finished school. I'd given her half my savings. She had my new number. No one else did. The morning I left, the house was silent. They were sleeping off another night of bitter recriminations. My single suitcase was by the door. I placed a plain white envelope on the kitchen table, right where the birthday cake had been. My name was on the front. Inside was a single sheet of paper. A bullet point list. Chloe needs your necklace. It's for family harmony. Consequence. Your harmony is a lie. Your family is broken. Harper would never cost us this much. Consequence. Chloe cost you everything. Your marriage. Your savings. You're just so easygoing, Harper. Consequence. My silence was not compliance. It was observation. And I saw everything. Choosing her celebration, her needs, her feelings, every single time. Consequence. You are now left with only each other, and you can't stand the sight of what you've become. It ended with, I forgave you for years. I absorbed every slight so you could feel good. Now, karma has done the same. The silence you imposed is now the silence you receive. Do not contact me. I didn't look back. I got in the prepaid taxi and went to the airport. As the plane climbed, banking over the city, I felt a strange emptiness. Not the hollow kind from before. This was a clean, open space. Like a room finally aired out after years of being sealed shut. The woman next to me smiled. Heading home? I looked out the window at the shrinking grid of streets, at the life I was leaving in miniature. Yes, I said. And for the first time, I meant it. My phone buzzed in my bag just before we entered the clouds. Probably the family thread, exploding one last time. I didn't check it. I would get a new phone anyway. My revenge was never about screams or scenes. It wasn't about making them hurt. It was about finally seeing the game was rigged, and choosing to step off the board. I stopped absorbing their poison, and without me there to soak it up, it had nowhere to go but back onto them. They drowned in the very toxicity they'd created. The hum of the jet engines was a deep, steady sound. It wasn't empty. It was peaceful. It was full of future. It was mine. And it was 100% effective.